returns new CBS Thursday, January 30th and streaming on Paramount Plus.
We're going to have some light snow showers as the front goes through for tonight, and not much accumulation, but lake effect kicking in for tomorrow, mainly in the western sections. Details at 11.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, we're following the continued devastation facing Los Angeles County as the massive wildfire spreads in the area. Plus, the current and former presidents gather in Washington, D.C. as they pay respects to Jimmy Carter. We'll have a look at the ceremony. And we have more details on the efforts of Republican lawmakers in Michigan working to undo changes to the state's minimum wage. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
As we head toward Friday, some lake effect will be kicking into gear in the parts of the Upper Peninsula. Marquette, you're not going to be part of that with this kind of wind flow here. Maybe a half inch perhaps of snow. And temperatures not as cold as the past despite a northwest wind coming in, mid to upper 20s for your highs. And we expect again some snow, maybe a couple of inches here in the lake effect country to the west of Marquette, now toward Munising into Newberry. More details in the forecast into the weekend later in the show. Kevin?
Tom, thank you. A Gladstone man is facing multiple charges after Michigan State Police found evidence of child sexually abusive material. The investigation began after it was learned 27-year-old Timothy DeBone had been viewing files online. He was arraigned on Tuesday and faces 3 counts of child sexually abusive material, aggravated possession, punishable by up to 10 years, and 3 counts of using a computer to commit a crime, punishable by up to 20. MSB encourages parents to speak to their children about using the internet safely. Winds eased somewhat, but then picked up again today as firefighters struggled to contain the devastating wildfires sweeping across parts of Los Angeles County. At least 5 people have died in the fires, and officials warn that the number will rise. Ashley Sharp reports from Altadena, California.
As winds strengthen again in the Los Angeles area, Mayor Karen Bass made clear that the battle against the deadly wildfires is far from over.
There is a new fire, unfortunately, in West Hills, pushing into Ventura County, and we are expecting this fire to rapidly spread due to high winds.
The Kenneth fire started Thursday afternoon in the Woodland Hills neighborhood. Leaders urging people to continue to listen to evacuation warnings.
If you're told to evacuate, then get the hell out. You might think you can outrun a fire. You are not going to outrun these fires.
The 2 biggest wildfires, the Palisades fire along the coast and the deadly Eaton fire about 30 minutes inland, are raging out of control, leaving behind widespread destruction.
I had the opportunity to fly this fire this morning, and the level of devastation is staggering.
This couple returned to Altadena, hoping there were at least personal mementos to save.
We had everything, like the sentimental things, like my mom passed away. I had only a few things of hers left.
Behind me, a church still stands, but to my left, one is reduced to rubble. This is the Altadena Community Church. The sanctuary is no longer there, and just behind the church, a burning fire at an apartment building is still sending smoke billowing into the air.
That's our house. You can tell it's next, and we're getting out.
President Biden says more help is on the way. The federal government will cover 100% of the cost for 6 months.
LA's Mayor Karen Bass is facing questions over the timing of her trip to Africa, which she cut short to return to a city already burning, and questions about cutbacks made to the city's fire department. Americans are observing a national day of mourning as the life of former President Jimmy Carter is celebrated in a state funeral, and he's laid to rest. The 39th president is being remembered not only for his service in office, but also for his extraordinary service to the world after leaving office. Natalie Brain has more details from Washington, D.C.
Former President Jimmy Carter's state funeral brought together all the living presidents to remember a peacemaker.
That was Jimmy Carter. And he grew up in the tremendous diversity of the South, and he embraced both sides.
He had the courage and strength to stick to his principles even when they were politically unpopular.
Carter's grandson, Jason, called the 39th president's politics ahead of their time.
Wanted to decriminalize marijuana, deregulated so many industries that he gave us cheap flights and, as you heard, craft beer. Basically, all of those years ago, he was the first millennial.
President Biden, who was the first U.S. senator to endorse Carter's White House bid, praised his character.
Jimmy Carter's friendship taught me, and through his life taught me, the strength of character is more than title or the power we hold.
Nicknamed the rock and roll president, music punctuated the service at Washington National Cathedral.
You may say I'm a dreamer.
Among the 3,000 special guests, Chuck Lavelle, who helped get Carter elected as a member of the Allman Brothers Band.
What were you thinking about during that service?
I was thinking about my friendship with him and the friendship that he had with so many people, you know. It's so obvious the love that was in that room.
Crowds lined the streets Thursday afternoon to welcome Carter back to his hometown of Plains, Georgia, and celebrate his life at the Baptist church where he worshiped and famously taught Sunday school.
Don't let his legacy die. Don't let this nation die.
He was laid to rest next to his wife of 77 years, Rosalind.
And we have new details tonight. Michigan's House of Representatives wrapped up its first week of session this year. The new Republican leadership has prioritized addressing the coming changes to tipped wages and paid sick leave. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy has more from the first day and the lawmakers' efforts to pass a new law before February.
To start off the new legislature, Republican leaders in the House passed the first resolution of the year to create a select committee to address bills already introduced in the chamber.
Speaker Hall helped start this select committee to help protect our small businesses, restaurant workers, and employees.
At the start of a new session, official committee assignments can take a while to organize, but Michigan's employment laws will see changes starting February 21st, pushing House leaders to form the special committee to address legislation to stop those changes.
We need to solve this issue.
In February, Michigan's minimum wage will increase to $12.48 an hour. Employers will be required to provide at least 40 hours of paid sick leave, and adjusted tip wages will begin to be phased out. Lawmakers worry the changes will burden Michigan's restaurant industry to the point of widespread closures.
We've heard from business owners across the district, across the UP, and across the state as well.
The state House and Senate both introduced different versions of the same legislation. The new bills still increase the tipped wage percentage, but slower, and never put tipped wages at 100% of minimum wage. They also adjust for an earned sick leave system.
I think it speaks to the importance that it has on our caucus and House Republicans, and that's what we're really going to fight for.
The bills are now waiting for a hearing next week in the Select Committee. Lawmakers have 6 weeks to get the bills through both chambers before the current law takes effect. From Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
Under state law, municipalities will be required to utilize 50% renewable energy by 2030, and the city of Escanaba is looking for ways to reach that goal. According to the city's electric utility director, one option is to partner with another company. He says a partnership would not impact local utilities and could provide more renewable energy opportunities, like changes to buy into larger solar facilities.
We're among the lowest rates in the Upper Peninsula. That's important to continue that. There's going to be challenges. We don't know what the cost of this renewable energy is going to be. Price of capacity is increasing. We want to do the best for our customers and try to find the best rates that we can possibly find.
The city has received a proposal from an energy company, but the Electrical Advisory Board is considering all options before agreeing to a partnership. Tom DeVecchio tells us how long we'll be enduring these colder temperatures with your first warning weather forecast after the break. Plus, we hear some tips on keeping your pets safe from the chill. And we hear about the possible benefits you can get if you're taking part in Dry January this year. We're back in 2 minutes.
Houghton's the spot where we get all 4 seasons, the snow, the shine, everything in between. So the shoes are everything. What you have is going to help you perform better, perform longer, stay injury-free longer. Whether you're a runner, walker, or you're just looking for a shoe to get yourself through the day, we'll take an extensive approach to finding the shoe that's right for you whatever surface that you're going to be on, we've got you covered.
How many times have you tried to clean a stubborn mess but end up with no success? What you need is the all-new waterproof Ruby Horsepower, the new cordless and rechargeable power scrubber that cleans faster and easier, guaranteed. Watch, baked on oven grease is no match. It blasts away dirt and grime in no time. The power comes from our rotating brushes, spinning at 350 RPM. The incredible torque fights calcium, mildew, mold, and more. Take it in the kitchen where it busts through caked-on crud, or outside and tackle tough tasks with ease. Get your Ruby Horsepower with 4 additional attachments, all for just $39.99. Great news! They're in stock and ready to ship. Due to high demand, only 2 per order. Order now.
Call 1-800-959-5913. That's 1-800-959-5913, or visit horsepowerscrubber.com. So call 1-800-959-5913 now.
On the next edition of Comics Unleashed, with your host, Byron Allen, as 5 of the most hilarious comics take it to the edge every night, and nothing is off limits.
That's what I learned in any relationship. Communication is the most important thing. Yeah. The more you can avoid it, the better you'll do. Just avoid it altogether.
Comics Unleashed.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS. Now, WZMQ TV19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Tom DeVecchio.
We'll have some hits of snow showers as we head toward the next day or two, and particularly later in the weekend and early next week as the cold air stays in place. Not all this is lake effect, though. We're going to be dealing with some storm systems and clipper systems, so everyone in the UP will kind of get in on the action with this one. As kids go to school for tomorrow morning, not a lot of snow. May want some snow boots on just in case there, but you notice temperatures not nearly as cold as today. Should be near 20 when they get up, and mid to upper 20s when they go home in the afternoon. Chance of a few flakes of snow, may even be a little bit of sunshine when the kids come home in the afternoon. And the futurecast for the balance of tonight, frontal system will set off some light snow. Accumulations relatively light, but we can see some of the lake effect kicking in early Friday morning as the winds shift more toward the northwest. Eventually you see these bands by Friday afternoon starting to go into gear. Again, maybe Marquette, more likely east of you into Sault Ste. Marie, and some pretty decent bands at times toward the western shores of Lake Superior. Snow tending to diminish as we head toward Friday night and into Saturday, but a stronger storm system, a good clipper system will be coming in Sunday into Monday, and that could give us more significant snowfall. First, let's check out the snow that we expect tonight. For the balance of tonight, not much. Most of you getting less than an inch. Some of you not getting any, really, particularly in the eastern parts of the Upper Peninsula with this front. But as the front goes through tomorrow morning, lake effect kicks in. 1 to 3 here, where you see the blues here from Lawns west toward Ironwood and Houghton. Not much from Marquette, and maybe up to an inch or two, especially out towards Sault Ste. Marie with this more west to northwest wind. Now, as for Sunday, you can see a large area here of some 3 to 5 inch snowfall, and maybe even more, 6 or 7 possible between the day Sunday into Monday with this larger clipper system and maybe a little bit of lake enhancement as well. For tonight, though, be all frontal type snow, and it won't be much, less than an inch. Temperatures will be dropping into the low 20s, so not as cold as the past couple of nights. And we're going to keep chance of some snow again for tomorrow. Lake effect kicking in, especially in the western sections, 1 to 3 out there, Lawns east toward Houghton. Mostly cloudy for Saturday, not much expected here. And then the snow steady at times Sunday, perhaps lingering into early Monday morning. Temperatures dropping as that front goes by into the teens for Tuesday into Wednesday, but a nice rebound as we head toward Thursday.
Tom, thank you. With temperatures to remain below freezing for the foreseeable future, owners should consider their pets' well-being while outdoors. Our John Truitt has tips on how to keep your pet safe this winter.
Dogs love to play in the snow. However, for most canines, their fur coat is no match for a UP winter. According to Dr. Sherry Chevy, paying attention to the temperature and limiting your dog's time in the elements is essential.
The current wisdom is that around 40, 45 degrees and below, they're going to start getting uncomfortable.
If it's below freezing, it's important to know your animal and look for behavior that's out of the ordinary.
If they're getting listless, if they are shivering, and then just kind of lying down, this is unusual behavior for them. They're starting to really pick up their feet a lot and like they can't get comfortable on their feet, then that's something to pay attention to.
Chevy says to make sure your dog's paws are free of ice and road salt.
Getting the salt off their feet, getting those ice balls off of there, checking their feet on the ice as we're having an icier winter.
Animals expend more energy when they are cold, so make sure they're well fed.
It takes extra energy to keep your temperature up. So, you know, you can't feed them the same in the summer and the winter.
One risk that applies to humans as well as pets is frozen waterways.
Be careful near ponds, rivers. Keep your dog on a leash because there's many dogs and humans that die falling through the ice.
And so winter can be a fun time for our pets, but remember that if you feel cold, chances are your pet is feeling it as well. In Marquette, John Truitt, WZMQ 19 News.
Dr. Chevy also suggests making sure your pet stays dry, as wet conditions can be more dangerous than cold and dry. Many Americans are starting off this new year focusing on sobriety. Dry January is where people make the choice to give up alcohol for the month. Bradley Blackburn has more.
This old-fashioned is a new recipe made from a non-alcoholic alternative to whiskey. Julie and Reed Robinson are co-founders of an alcohol-free bottle shop in Richardson, Texas.
I stopped drinking about 3.5 years ago.
At first, Julie attempted to go dry-ish.
I was going in with just a plan to still be a mindful drinker. I just started feeling so much better. My sleep was better. I had more clarity. And I thought, you know, I'm just going to keep going.
Their shop gets more customers this month as more people reflect on their relationship with alcohol in the new year. Jessica Benovic is a psychiatric nurse practitioner with the Cleveland Clinic. She says the health benefits of not drinking short term are huge.
You immediately, patients feel better, their sleep is improved, concentration, memory levels are better, your blood pressure comes down, your cholesterol levels come down. We know alcohol is a depressant, so it immediately boosts your mood. It helps with anxiety and depressive symptoms.
Research also shows people who take part in Dry January often change their habits year-round and lower their total consumption of alcohol.
For those that are trying Dry January, but they find that they do have a drink, what's your advice?
Yeah, that's a very common thing. A lot of patients feel like it's all or nothing, and it's not. I think any sobriety is better than no sobriety. If you slip, that's okay. Just start over tomorrow.
There are also apps that can track your progress, even keeping count of how many calories you're not consuming. A nudge to nix the alcohol that may lead some to try a sober spring.
Trends show that younger populations like Gen Z tend to drink less than older populations. The Surgeon General recently warned alcohol use is a risk factor for several types of cancer. Mike Ludlum has your sports highlights when we come back, including a rivalry matchup between NMU and Michigan Tech women's basketball. We'll be right back.
The wait is over. England Furniture's quick shipping is back at Kirkish Furniture. Choose your style and fabric and receive your furniture in as little as 30 days. Browse our in-stock selection or let our staff help you customize the perfect sofa or chair. Plus, 1 year free financing and free delivery.
Something wonderful is happening to Club Keno. There's a new and improved kicker, bigger jackpots from the Jack, and more chances to win with +3. New ways to play means more chances to win bigger prizes. Play Club Keno, only from the Michigan Lottery.
Sure, we've got more all-wheel drive vehicles than anyone else. We've also got the 5 brothers who made their mark on and off the road for over 60 years. Like the new adventure-seeking Tacoma, the best-selling truck in its class for the past 20 years. Now, during truck and all-wheel drive season, get 4.99 APR financing on a new Tacoma. Or lease a new 24 Tacoma SR5 for $309 a month with 2 years no-cost maintenance. Get yourself Toyota ready.
Toyota, let's go places.
Getting ready, we all have our routine. Finding an outfit. Fixing your hair. And all the other little touches. Gum, check. Keys, check. Phone, check. But of all the things you remember to bring with you, naloxone could be the most important. It can reverse an opioid overdose. You can get it without a prescription in most states, and it's really easy to use. If you or someone you know is at risk for opioid overdose, naloxone could save their life. Keep it on you and at home. For more information about naloxone, visit cdc.gov/stop-overdose.
Good evening, everyone. Funny thing about college basketball sometimes in terms of scoring. You might be able to compare a couple teams and then find out when they face each other, it's completely different. Okay, Tech women lost to Grand Valley by about 40. NMU stayed within 10 of Grand Valley. So you think Northern would win easily, right? Yeah, let's go to Vandeman Arena and prove you completely wrong. First quarter, Mackenzie Holzwart goes one way back, the other puts that one in, 13-6, Wildcats. Then Madison Schrader to Edison Petleski drives off the high glass for two more. Move to the second quarter. Janie Tormanen hands the ball to Bella Lenz. She'll knock down the jumper. Lenz had 14 points. But the Wildcats keep right on going. Madison Schrader, Sarah Newcomer for three, and that gave the Wildcats a 23-8 advantage. Then Ali Freza would move in the paint, puts it in. She had 13 for the green and gold. NMU led 35-18 at the half. They shot 48% from the floor, Tech just 22%. Here come the Huskies. Alyssa Wypich heads the basket for the hoop and the harm. Wypich led all scorers with 16. Freza scores here for NMU. Tech had a chance to tie late, but NMU held on the post, a 68-64 victory.
But everybody, Sarah does a great job, CJ does a great job as a point guard. I mean, Mac's doing her thing, and then we got Kayla, and we got everybody coming in off the bench too, and our freshmen are stepping up and playing, and they're playing a lot of minutes for freshmen, and they're doing a great job with that too. And I tell them before the game even starts, we need everybody.
We weren't playing at all like we were capable. We weren't playing Michigan Tech basketball, offensively, defensively. I mean, we were so sped up. Yeah, credit to Northern. They came out ready to go. I was proud of the way we did respond in the second half. You could just shut down, and that could become a 40-point game. So we responded well.
Michigan Tech will be home Saturday to take on Roosevelt. NMU will be home Monday to take on the Roosevelt Lakers, the new team in the league. Let's check on the men's contest now. NMU came into the game with a 7-game winning streak, but the Huskies lit up the nets in the early going. Dawson Norgard, Marcus Tomaszek for 2. And the GLIAC preseason player of the year made it 2-0 Huskies. Didn't take too much longer before Tomaszek was ready for another shot attempt. Josh Terry with the assist, and it's a 5-0 lead for Tech. Tomaszek poured in 33, yes, ice water in his veins. Then Northern's Dylan Keel took things into his own hands, driving, scoring, and drawing the foul. 5-3 Huskies. Keel led NMU with 20. Tomaszek also can dish the rock, especially when it sets up dunks like Dawson Norgard there. 7-3 Tech. Wildcats coach Matt Makerzek is looking for a way to stop the bleeding. Easier than said than done tonight. Josh Terry and Adam Hobson for 3. Swish. It is 13-7 for the black and gold. Hobson had 11. Then for the Wildcats, Sam Privet to Julian Smith. Another drive, score, and foul. It took 8 minutes before a Wildcat other than Keel could make a basket. Tech didn't care. Oh, it's freshman Ty Fernholz starting to light it up for 3 there. He ended up with 22 points. Tech led 30-12 after 11 minutes, and they were shooting 75% from the floor and the three-point line at that point. Tech led by 26 at the half, go on to win 88-65, and same schedule. Huskies host Roosevelt Saturday, and NMU entertains Roosevelt Monday night. To the GLIAC scoreboard, where Lake Superior State picked up a couple of wins tonight. The women get 31 points combined from CC Hacker and Grace Bradford, 60-58 over Davenport. And Lake State also defeated Davenport on the men's side, 74-58. Adam Harricow had 18 points, Kingsley Perkins 16 for the Sault Ste. Marie College. Let us go to girls high school basketball. Division 4 girls hoops, number 2 Ewan Trail Creek at number 3 Lakeland and Hubble. Third quarter, Ireland McGeeshik is going to take a dribble, put it up and in. Panthers up 29-20. For the Lakes, Allison Corrigan inside the Megan Sutherland for the layup. Lakes back within 7. Ewan Trail Creek works the inside game again. That means Ireland McGeeshik puts this one in with the left hand, 31-22 ETC. LLH gets a little closer. Edelyn Schmidt, the Peyton Goldsworthy. And Peyton is going to turn, fall back, and rattle that one in. But Ewan Trail Creek gets the road victory here, 56-41 over at Lakeland and Hubble. To the girls' scoreboard, Dollar Bay over Bessemer, 65-43. Ironwood, a low-scoring victory over Jeffers, 35-32. In overtime, Kingsford pulls away from Escanaba, 45-38. Norway downs North Central, 48-31. Bark River Harris, 4 points better than Gwyn, 45-41. Big Bay Denac in the win column again, 53-27 over Rapid River. And Newberry, an easy one, taking care of Maplewood Baptist, 56-12. To the boys, where Ethan Marta knocks down 31 points, and Westwood cruises past Houghton, 72-44. It was Lance very easily over Hancock, 73-21. Calumet, 4-point winner over West Iron County, 39-35. The boys' game between ETC and Lakeland and Humboldt goes to the Panthers, 59-38. Ironwood, double nickel, Jeffers 41. Forest Park drops Escanaba 53-40. Stevenson, 7 better than Hannahville, 64-57. 25 more points for Gavin Grondin as Kingsford easily over Gladstone, 62-34. Kearney Nadeau, an 8-point win at Mid-Peninsula, 68-60. North Dickinson, a dozen better than Superior Central, 55-43. Did not hear from the Rapid River Big Bay Denac boys. Newberry over Maplewood Baptist in overtime, 62-57. And it was Pickford flipping numbers on Brimley, 62-26. NBA we go. The Warriors, the Pistons. Say hello to Steph Curry. You know who he is. Say hello to Cade Cunningham. He had 32 points, 6 rebounds, and 8 assists tonight. But it was Mr. Curry dominating early as he floats that one in. And he's going to float another one in from 3-point range here as he uses the screen to his advantage. The Warriors led much of this contest. Pistons start coming back in the third quarter. Tobias Harris for 3. But the victory goes to Golden State 107-104. Michigan State easily over Washington tonight. That was 88-54. And Notre Dame beats Penn State 27-24 in the college football playoff. We'll be right back.
Blades Bait and Tackle and Little Beatty Knock. They've got rods, reels, cases, walls full of tackle and lined by the spool. Even more rods, hand augers, of course electric ones are cool. Tip-ups, heaters, boxes, sleds, and electronics to get you on the bite. Shacks to buy or rent for the day or night. Clothes to keep you warm through thick and thin, and of course all sorts of bait in the buckets it goes in. If you're heading for the bay, always make your first stop Blades Bait and Tackle in Kipling. You need it, they've got it. Be sure to visit them online at bladesbait.com to get the latest ice conditions and weather reports.
Tonight.
It's going to be a long 4 years.
Well, there's all new with Ben Stiller. CBS tonight.
It's hilarious. Hidden camera. Hijinks. The world's longest running prank show is back. Just for laughs, gas.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS.
Top investigators and police use the latest forensic science to uncover the truth and solve real cases. The devil is always in the details. Forensic Factor.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by the Window Store.
Why should you consider re-siding your home? Your home is the largest investment you'll make. Protect it with new siding installed by the experts at the Window Store. We offer a range of affordable, high-quality siding options, including premium ABC seamless steel siding with attractive financing options available. And we install all winter long across the entire UP. Schedule your appointment today and enjoy the Window Store experience for yourself. Your clear choice is the Window Store.
Cold front for tonight will set off some light snow showers overall. Accumulations, you can see, nothing big time here. Most of you getting less than an inch. A couple of you on the western shores of Lake Superior, perhaps a little bit of a lake effect kicking in later on tonight. Some of you may get an inch or so. And then 1 to 3 as we head on toward tomorrow on Friday. Lawns westward. Marquette. Less than a half inch, I think, overall for Friday, maybe up to an inch or two out towards Sault Ste. Marie on the eastern side of the Upper Peninsula. And temperatures for tomorrow, not bad, mid to upper 20s. So a little modified temperature highs compared to what we've had in the past. For the weekend, mixed bag. We'll keep Saturday dry. Good chance of snow, steady snow, Sunday into Monday. 3 to 6 inches are possible with that. It's not a lake effect. It's a frontal system that's going to usher in some colder air for the early part of next week. Kevin?
Tom, thank you. And finally tonight, today in Escanaba, one of the Boniface Arts Center's most unique exhibits opens to the public. All Mixed Up is a mixed media show. Artists could submit any type of artwork as long as it was made with 2 or more mediums, resulting in combinations like painting and found objects, photography and poetry, and metal, fabric, and wood. The exhibit features more than 70 pieces from 35 artists from the UP and Wisconsin.
What we wanted to do was highlight all of the unique opportunities that the UP offers to be able to give us those options. We have some eco-printed pieces from items that were found throughout the UP. It's eye candy. There's always something to look at.
All Mixed Up is free to view now through February 20th. And Mike, anything final for us?
In case I said it backward, Notre Dame the late field goal to beat Penn State 27-24.
All right, thanks, Mike. And we'll see you all tomorrow at 6, 5 Central.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
Buckle's Party Store. It's where the party starts in Calumet with an awesome beer selection featuring domestic, foreign, and craft brew beer, a great selection of wine, just about any kind of liquor you want, and a great